Hi there guys, in this video we're going to have a look at Multicrew. Now this was added in the beta last night, so unfortunately I haven't actually looked into it in that great a detail. I plan to actually do another video later on where I've actually spent a lot more time in it and give you a lot more feedback about it. So for the time being, this is going to be a sort of initial feelings for Multicrew. For this I'm going to try and join another commander, and unfortunately because it's a beta there's a few issues. Hopefully this will be remedied in the actual final game. I just want to add that I've only spent about an hour or two on this, so like I said, I still need to spend a lot more time on it and to get my handle on it a lot better. So one thing I suggest doing before getting into Multicrew is to set your bindings up. Now under the controls option you have another list for Multicrew. Most of these are to do with the gunner position, such as the mode toggle, which allows you to switch to the external view, fire the guns, etc. But there is these cycle cockpit things that allow you to change the pitch of the ship to the original radar and back and forth. So I suggest sorting all your bindings out before. There aren't too many and it shouldn't be too confusing. Now I've gone into the gunner role and I've used the mood select. This means I've got the external view. So now we're in the external view of the gunner position. We can now lock onto ships. To do this we kind of have a circle in the center of the screen, and any ship that goes into that circle was automatically locked on. If the ship hasn't been scanned, it will scan it for you, and any turreted weapons you've got control will aim at that direction, which leads me onto my first issue with this. So as you can see here, I've got this ship targeted and this is the ship I wanted to fire upon. So I started to fire upon the ship with the beam weapons. However, as you can see there, somebody flew straight across the sights. So automatically it locked onto the wrong ship and fired upon it. This meant automatically we gained a bounty, which wasn't something I wanted to do. So at the moment I could see this causing quite a few issues. I looked through the options to see if there was a sort of targeting system like normal, just to basically keep a lock onto that one ship, and I didn't see anything there, to be honest. So unfortunately I can see from time to time people are going to hit the wrong targets just purely because of the automatic lock on, which so far I'm not the biggest fan. I did find the mouse was maybe a bit better way of doing it because it was a much more fluid way of keeping control, but still you've got to keep an eye out for any ships crossing the gunner's sides. So after that, what I wanted to do is to give the fighter role a chance. This is pretty much the same as you've known before, but it's whether you're not actually just supporting your own ship, you're supporting somebody else's. The fighter isn't too bad, and like I said, it does mean you're quite vulnerable, but you do have a chance to come back quite a few times, and you've got to be a very hit and run sort of tactics with it. It didn't seem to do a massive amount of damage, but I suppose that's what the main ship's for. In 2.3 you'll be able to technically fly two ships at the same time. They both can't be AI pilots. You can have two human pilots or one human pilot and an AI flying. So this potentially could make it even more dangerous. Like I said, fighters were very good to draw attention away from the main ship and to sort of aggro ships. So I can see the Multicrew being a very social thing to the game. In the past you've been pretty much keeping to yourself, but this does the exact opposite and allows people to group together to achieve a common goal. A lot of the times it does seem like people are grouping together to do bounty hunting. I'd kind of like to see some more events like that. I'm not too sure exactly. I guess trading and things like that could become somewhat boring, but so far at the moment it seems to be primarily used for combat, and I could see this being quite a good way for early commanders to rack up a few million to get a better ship. So unfortunately in some respects I can see them using it to skip parts of the game, but in all intents and purposes it is a very social thing, and that is something that's been very missing from Elite. The gunner role, like I said, isn't bad in that lot. It's just the targeting system is something you've got to keep an eye on. Having ships flying across the sights and then automatically target them is something I wish could be avoided. Like I said, I suppose, like I said, it's done because they want to make the gunner actually do some work. If it was automatically targeted and everything, all you're basically doing is turning the camera around. But anyway guys, that's a very quick look at Multicrew. Like I said, what I'll do is I'll spend a bit more time over the weekend and probably bring out a video on it in a bit more detail on Tuesday for you. But like I said, this feature only came out last night, so unfortunately I didn't have a lot of time to look into it. But like I said, hopefully I have actually explained a bit, and like you said, it is quite a big thing to add to the game, and hopefully that's explained a little bit of it before it comes out. Obviously this is beta and a lot of things could change, and obviously balancing issues and things like that. However, I can't see massive changes happening here, more like I said, balancing. So what is your thoughts and comments on that? I'd be very interested to see what you think. Do you like Multicrew? Will you be using it? The gunner role, do you like the targeting system, or do you would prefer it to be a more traditional target system like we have in Elite normally? Do you like the fighter role? Is that something you're going to do quite often? Anyway guys, if you leave your comments below, that'd be very interesting. Another thing that helps me is liking the video and subscribing if you haven't already done so. Anyway guys, take care and have fun out there.